All right, hello again. We are ready now for notes in geometry 5.5, chapter 5, section 5, indirect proof and inequalities in one triangle. Inequalities means less than, greater than. And it reads at the top, the positions of the longest and shortest sides of a triangle are related to the positions of the largest and smallest angles. So the sides are related to the angles. And theorem 551 reads, if two sides of a triangle are not congruent, then the larger angle is opposite the larger side. Well, what that means is, if you look at this inequality, I'll circle it, AB is greater than BC. So AB, let's just say AB is 10. Let's give it a number. That means BC is smaller, AB is greater, so maybe BC is 9. That means that angle C, because angle C is opposite the 10. So angle C may be something like 60 degrees, where angle A, it's opposite that 9 over there. It's a smaller opening, may only be something like 50 degrees. So angle C is bigger than angle A because the opposite sides are bigger. In 552, the next theorem just says it the same way, but it does the angles first, then the sides. It's the same thing, just the angles first and then the sides. With that said, look at the next slide. Ordering triangle side lengths and angle measures. The directions read, write the angles in order from smallest to largest. Well, if I do that, let's do the sides first. You see how the side lengths are given to me? Could I use small, medium, large? The smallest side would be, put S for small, 17.2. That means the angle opposite that, which would be this F, is my smallest angle. So I'm going to put over here, angle F is my smallest. The next one, I'm going to put an M for medium, just my little trick, 19.6. And its opposite side, opposite angle is H. So the next one, I'm going to put a comma, angle H. And that leaves me, of course, with angle G as being my largest. So it's smallest to largest, small, medium, large. Well, this would be my large one if I finish it, and its opposite angle would be angle G. On the next slide, same thing. What's my smallest angle? Well, 9 is my smallest side. It goes to B, its opposite angle B, so angle B is my smallest. And then 15 would be my medium, and its opposite angle A. And that leaves me with angle C. And again, it's opposite just 19.5, which is my longest side. Next slide. This time, write the sides in order from shortest to longest. Well, we are missing angle R. Remember the rule of 180. If you take 72 and add 60, that's what, 132. Then I want to subtract that from 180. And that gives me what? 48. So I'm going to put a 48. That way I know all three angles. Well, what would be my smallest angle? And that's that 48. I will circle it. So the shortest side is opposite that. So my shortest side would be PQ. My medium side, or my second smallest, would be with this 60. And its opposite side is QR. So there's my medium. And that leaves me with a 72, which is opposite the bottom, which is PR. So this is my answer. That's the three sides in order from shortest to longest. Keep going. Same thing here, but if you look at the triangle, I'm missing angle E. So I see this is, I can put a 90 in right there. Well, 90 plus 22 is 112. And I want to subtract that from 180 to give me 68. So this angle is 68. So now what's my shortest side? It goes with a 22. Opposite 22 would be EF. Side EF would be my shortest. 68 is my next smallest angle, and it's opposite DF. And that leaves me with my 90, which is opposite DE, which it's a right triangle. So DE is my hypotenuse, and the hypotenuse is always the longest side. Changing gears. Something a little bit different, but it's kind of the same here. Let's read this next slide. A triangle is formed by three segments, but not every set of three segments can form a triangle. Look at the first triangle here. Segments with length 7, 4, and 4 can, underline that word can form a triangle. But if you look at the next one, segments with length 7, 3, and 3 cannot form a triangle. You see this 3, I'll circle it, and circle the other 3. They only add to 6. So they're not long enough together. 3 plus 3 is only 6. It's got to be a base of at least 7 or bigger than 7. Back up to your first one, we had a 4 and a 4, which adds up to 8. And that has to be bigger than the third side, 7. Look at the next slide. A certain relationship must exist among the lengths of the three segments in order for them to form a triangle. Two sides added together always have to be longer than the third side. That's what theorem 553 is. Two sides, whatever two sides you pick, it must be longer than the third side. We'll look at this next example. Tell whether a triangle can have sides with a given length. Lengths. Explain. Let's draw it. I like to draw it like this. So I kind of leave a gap at the top. And I always put the biggest number at the bottom. So my biggest number is 19. Then I fill in a 7 there and a 10 there. So would 7, say 7 inches and 10 inches, would those be able to ever connect and cover the 19? Well, 7 plus 10 is only 17, and that's smaller than 19. So my answer is no. Those three lengths cannot make a triangle. 7 and 17 do not add up to be more than 19. How about this next one? Let's draw this. Draw a base and one side, kind of leave a gap at the top. Biggest number, 21, goes to the bottom, 8 and 13. So you ask yourself, well, 8 side and a 13 side, is that enough to cover the 21? Well, 8 plus 13 is exactly 21. It has to be bigger than 21, like 21.1. So my answer here is also a no. It has to be greater than 21. Third one. Let's draw my little picture again. The biggest number is 4.6. I like to put that at the bottom. 2.3 and 3.1 is my sides. Well, what is 2.3 plus 3.1? That's 5.4. 5.4 is bigger than 4.6, so I think I have a winner. So this answer would be a yes. Okay, 2 more slides. I'm almost done with you. This one says, the length of 2 sides of a triangle are 8 inches and 13 inches. Find the range of possible lengths for the third side. So your answer is going to be something like, it's between 2 and 10. It's between 2 given numbers. So let me show you how to do this. Let's take 8 and 13, and let's draw that picture that we did earlier on the previous slides, and put an 8 and a 13 there. So 8 and 13 add up to 21. So this number at the bottom would have to be less than 21 for it to work. But if I switched it, if I didn't put my 8 and 13 like this, so I need a second picture. Let's say 13's there and an 8 is there. Okay, I put the 13 at the bottom because it's bigger than 8. So this leftover side here over on the left, I think that has to be greater than 5. Because 5 plus 8 is 13, so I want that left side to be bigger than 13. So my answer is my range, I'll circle them here in blue, less than 21 and greater than 5. Let's write that out. Less than 21 and greater than 5. In other words, it has to be between 5 and 21. Another one, last problem. Let's go ahead and draw 2 of these funny looking almost triangles with a gap at the top. My problems this time or my numbers are 22 inches and 17 inches. So if I put a 22 there and a 17 there, well, what is 22 plus 17? That's 39. So I think this base has to be less than 39 for it to work. If I go to the other side and 17, 22, I'm going to put the 22 at the bottom because it's bigger and put a 17 there. Well, how long does this third side have to be? You put a 5 there, that's exactly 22. 5 plus 17 is 22. So it has to be greater than 5 for it to work. So here's a trick. If you take your 2 numbers, 22 plus 17, that's 39. Let's add them together and get 39. Take the same 2 numbers, 22 plus 17, that's 5. It's always, here's the trick, it's always greater than the difference, meaning 22, oops, made a mistake here. This is not a plus sign over here. It's a minus sign. Greater than the difference of the 2 numbers, meaning subtract them. 22 minus 17 is 5. Continue, and less than the sum. In other words, my answer here is my range is greater than 5 and less than 39. You just subtract the 2 numbers and you add the two numbers. Well, if I back up a slide, 8 and 13, 8 plus 13 is 21. 13 minus 8 is 5. So it's between 5 and 21. So that little trick works. Hey, thanks for watching. Good luck.